So as the world is getting used to the new Spectrum and people are trying various joysticks and joypads, it got me thinking, has anyone bothered to use a keyboard with one of these things? Now there's two reasons why. Let me explain. Now the first reason is, obviously here is the new Spectrum. Now I read the other day, someone asked if they could change the membrane inside, and someone commented back and said no, it's a sealed unit. But I'm pretty sure if you take that off, these keys will lift off, hence showing the membrane underneath. But it got me thinking anyway as well. I am a QA/OP space kind of guy. Now when I had one of these, it was very brief, and I'm talking about 1 or 2 months maybe. And I did find it hard playing on keys because obviously the space bar is there and not there. So I don't really like playing games on the Spectrum with a joystick. So that's one of the reasons why as well. And I'm just thinking, as I say, if that was a sealed unit and if you spilt anything on it, could you replace the membrane? I know that'll come off because, you know, that is, it's only stuck on with glue, and it's just exactly like the original 48K Spectrum. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be trying 2 keyboards with this. I'm going to be trying one wired and one wireless. So I bought this the other day from B&M in the UK, and it was a tenner, and it's a semi-mech keyboard, semi-mechanical, Odyssey. Odyssey, is that right how you say that? I don't know. So that's by Trust. Now I bought this for my laptop just to preserve the keyboard because I've just downloaded Bodycam again, a fantastic, ultra realistic first person shooter, and I don't really want to damage the keyboard, so I've bought that for that reason. And also I've got here, which I was gifted by the company to cause quite a while ago, is a beautiful wireless RGB keyboard. So we're going to be trying 2 of them today, wired and not wired. So without further ado, let's get into it. Right, so I have this little battered thing as an example. This is an original 48K computer. Now when I say I was a QA/OP space kind of guy, when I sort of got rid of this after a couple of months, I moved on to the +2, which obviously had the space bar. So just in case you're wondering, you know, why couldn't you play that? Now, if you take that off, now bear in mind this is battered, it's absolutely, there's nothing inside it. The motherboard is getting repaired as we speak. And obviously the set of keys just come off just like that. And then underneath was the membrane. So I'm assuming it's exactly like the new Spectrum. So yeah, as I say, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be trying 2 keyboards out and seeing if they both work. So the first one is this, the Trust one, the Odyssey, whatever it's called. This is also an RGB one. So I've got the Spectrum plugged in, and we're just going to do this with the Spectrum plugged in and see if it picks up. Right, we're going for the end port, eh? Right, there we go, keyboard is lighting up. I don't know where that'll show up at the studio light like, but it is doing its RGB thing. So there is actually one flaw that I've found with using one of these keyboards, and just before we do crack on, it's the home button. So if you say select a game and you want to get back to the home screen, you're going to have to press the home button on the computer. You cannot do anything from this keyboard. So it's plugged in and it's doing its thing, whatever. And there we go, we have O and P, as you can see there. And then if you press down, which is A, brings that up as well. And then press Q and it brings up the controls as well for that game. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this out on, let me see, try Renegade, because it's quite a nice little combination fighter. Another thing is as well, so to start game is M, and just in real time we'll press M, and there we go. Right, so just lower that down a bit. Redefine keys, O, P, down, Q, hit, which is spacebar. So we'll just mess around with these keys because I've never played 2-player on this, so it's just basically I just make up anything. There we go. Give it a bit of volume because it's a bit low. One player. Move the Spectrum to the side. And it works really well. It's got anti-ghosting on as well as keyboard, so if you press a load of keys, it just goes in the direction what you originally pressed. So that works really well. So as I say, you cannot come out of this now and go back into the menu. So what you're going to have to do is, as I say, I have tried every key, and you've just literally got to press your home button on the Spectrum and you are back in action on the home screen. So let me just try another one. And again, I've done this in every video, but it's just the easiest game to play with the keyboard and to test joysticks out, and it's got to be none other than Manic Miner. So again, M to start, and then enter to start. So we'll do that one there just to show it in real time. There we go. OP and space. There we go. As easy as that. It's only 3 controls anyway, left, right and jump on this game, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll test it out on a game which does not come bundled with this. So let me see. Actually, it does help if I plug in my USB. Right, so here there's Roller Coaster, not one of the games bundled with the Spectrum, and an absolutely fantastic game, and one I am yet to complete. It's just rock hard. Right, okay, so M is run, press enter to start. There we go. And we have O and P. And space is to run, so that works well because, let me just get, right, so there's a normal walking. Let's get him on the ground actually. Well, let's get over this, just let me get over this. Oh, bugger. Right, okay, so O and P work really well, as you can see just there. And if you press space, he does this little sprint. So all is good in the HUD there. Shift is jump, and that shift is jump as well. So let's just go for a little ride on this log flume. Try and get those little 4 bags that are dead hard to get. Got to time it to absolute perfection. Like I just did. Right, let's get off that. And then, yeah, happy days. So all that works absolutely perfect. So that was the GXT Oddies from Trust. And next up is going to be the wireless keyboard from Tekors. Right, so next up is this little beauty. This is actually quite heavy, to be fair. Like, I mean, it's very well built. It's not a cheap item, and I have done a video on that in the past. So basically we just have the wireless dongle. Oops, I've just pressed home. Go back from there. Yeah, there's the wireless dongle there. If you can just see it, it's there. And in real time, put these back down. So O and P, if you can just make that out there. There we go. And then again, Q and A. So it works just as it should. So for this video, or for this part of the video, I am gonna pick a game which is one of my all-time favourite text adventures, and it actually appears on this Crash Kick Up the 90s, and it is none other than Winter Wonderland, an absolutely fantastic game. And although it's not classed as a Christmas game, I do like to play it around Christmas time. So let me just get me USB sorted. Again, and where are we there? So Winter Wonderland. And then we clear that because there was a problem. I had loading games, it was still stuck on the last one. So F, if you're ever stuck on the last game there, which is that one, roller coaster, just press F and it clears it. M selects Winter Wonderland, enter, loads it. So just while that's loading, yeah, this one is January 1990 Crash, and it's split personalities, Dizzy 2 Special Crash Edition, Winter Wonderland, Action Biker, what a game. And this was a weird one, Stars and Stripes as well, and then plus Poke Mania tips on tape as well. I've got quite a few of these Crash tapes left. I do have an extensive collection of Spectrum games and things. Most of the say are in the loft. This one, which I do need to get a new case for, is December 1989, and it's Crash Christmas Crackers. You just see that there. So Cosmic Wartoad, Super Stuntman, Incredible Shrinking Fireman, Hyperlane, Deja Vu, which is a weird game, and Locomotion. Gaz's Super Soccer Playable Demo. Yeah, happy days, good times, happy days. Right, so this is Winter Wonderland. Now, there's this and there's Shrewsbury Key, which are my two all-time favourite text adventures on the Spectrum. Shrewsbury Key, I think we did complete it once, but this one I'm yet to complete it. Although I don't really want to go down the YouTube route of, you know, looking through the tutorials. I just like to do it myself. So this is your crashed Cessna in the snow-covered Himalayas, and you've basically just got to find civilization and I think survive. So it says you are by the wreckage of your crashed Cessna light aircraft. You can see a fur coat, a pair of snowshoes. The aircraft radio crackles. Welcome to Winter Wonderland. And then cuts out. So what now? So basically it was just a test of just showing you the keys, but I mean, we know they're going to work. So if you just press N for north, and it takes you away from that, and then we, let's see, so it's W for west, but it's cold, what now? So I think we take oh, hang on. You are on thin ice. The ice suddenly crackles under your weight. You are dead. You have achieved a score of 0% while taking 7 minutes of game time. I wasn't on that for 7 minutes. Oh well. So yeah, it works really well on the wireless as well. So I'll try and do this in real time. And I don't know whether that'll show up on there because that's where the dot is. So no lag at all. Sound. So that was the mechanical keyboard. It is actually mechanical, I do apologise. Mechanical keyboard from Tekos or Tekos. So that was a look at just two keyboards you can use with your new Spectrum, wired and unwired. And I'm pretty sure that every keyboard you throw at it is going to work. And as I say, there's people out there that's probably thinking, well, why do you need a keyboard for your Spectrum? But like I've just mentioned, if you don't want to go down the route of replacing the membrane, if you can get replacement membranes, I don't know, if you spill stuff on it, it's going to be knackered, let's face it. And also the QA, OPN space route. Now, if you're playing on this Spectrum, you've got to use your thing at the space bar, which is quite annoying. And you can use, obviously you can map other, you know, keys to whatever, redefine your keys, but I like to play like that with the space. So that was just my little take on that anyway. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Chewie!